Hello everybody, my name is RetroBoy03, and welcome to this alternate build instructional video, where today I'll be showing you how to turn the Resistance Transport Pod into the Resistance Bunker. So without further ado, let's get into it. We'll start by building the first half of the tool rack. So we'll start by using this piece. Attach on these two, I guess, slidey pieces. Then this, a 1x4, and these two pieces with the little protrusion. Then we'll take these two brackets, have them facing forwards. Then here we'll attach this modified 1x2 with two Technic holes, as well as these two modified 1x1s, each with one stud. And here on the front, we'll attach this sole grate piece. And then on each of the studs, we'll attach on one of these gunmetal gray connector. I don't know what you call these pieces. These Technic pieces anyway, to represent pipes. And then we'll attach a blue Technic half axle half pin with this black piece, and then this gray piece. There we just have some tools, and now let's move on to the second half of the tool rack. So to start off, we'll take this modified 1x4 and we'll attach on these two blue minifigure heads, which are supposed to represent bombs, as well as this little agent's pistol piece with a gear on the end, which is supposed to represent a sort of blaster. Then we'll take this piece, as well as this 1x1 with a clip, and this gray 1x1, just attach those on. Wait, no, scratch it, and this light bluish gray. Then here we'll attach on the gray one with the stud, and this sort of inverse sloped piece. Then here we'll attach a 1x4, and we'll take on this piece with this sticker facing in this direction, since basically this section that we're building here is basically supposed to be the back of the tool rack and not the part that's normally presented. But anyway, then over here we'll attach on this black pipe, and then here we'll create a little bomb build. So we'll take a 2x3, attach on three little bits of what are they called, jumpers, then take on a trans yellow round tile, trans red stud, and a gray plate. Stick that on there. Then you just turn this around, attach it in here, and there's your tool racks. Now let's move on to the bunker itself. We'll start off with some sub-assemblies for the base. So we'll start by taking a 2x6 plate and a 1x2, and we'll put on these two modified 1x4s with just the two studs. Then we'll take these two tan pieces, and this just creates a little cot. Then a 2x4 with two 1x2 bricks underneath. Then we'll put on a 1x2. We'll attach on this transparent piece. Then we'll attach this cheese slope with the computer printing, as well as just a yellow tile and a red stud to create a little computer terminal. And here we'll create a very simple piece. Just take a gunmetal pipe, a 3-long axle, a bushing, and another pipe piece. Just create a little bit of piping to go outside the base. And then we'll just take a 1x1 brick, a plate-mounted stud shooter, a red stud, put a pin in the bottom of the shooter as I accidentally fire off the stud. Then on the back, you just attach on this clip and the bucket handle piece to just represent some controls for the turret. So now let's move on to the next section of builds. Okay, so we have a couple more side builds. We'll start with this 4x4 round plate, as well as this sort of donut-shaped one. Then we'll take these two bricks with a stud. Onto each one, we'll attach one of these gunmetal pipe pieces. That sort of creates a railing here. Then here we'll just attach these electro-binoculars, and this will create sort of a little, a scout platform. And then next up, we'll take a brick, this little white Technic piece, something like that. Then in the brick, we'll attach in this half-pin, half-axle, and then we'll use that to attach the wheel piece on. That'll create a little bit of a satellite sensor. Then here we just have this bomb, which will come into play later, literally. Okay, final couple side builds. We'll take this 1x2 along with this modified 1x2 with the Technic receiver, then this 4-long axle with a stopper on one end, then two 1x1 bricks modified to have a Technic hole. Set that off to the side. And then we'll take a 1x4, attach on a modified 1x2, one of these, a black 2x4, then a light bluish gray 2x4, and then two grate pieces, and then invert that design so you have two. Set those off to the side. Okay, so then next we'll take a 2x4, a 1x4, and attach on these two pieces. Set that off to the side. Then here we'll take a 4x6, attach on a grate, a 1x4, this stickered dish, two 1x1 tiles, and two more grates off to the side. Then here we'll take a 2x4, a 4x4, then a 2x4, then this, and then these two pieces. Actually, put this way. Okay, and now we can put together our door. So we will put this together, and then we just attach on everything. Oh, wait, give me. Okay, okay, this goes here, and that, actually, these great pieces go here. Excuse me, I put them down a bit too low earlier. So that is our door. Then to finish it off, we will attach it onto these two Technic bricks as such. And then we'll attach the satellite piece. Well, I just knocked the door off of here, so give me a second to recollect that and put that back together. Okay, sorry about that, so maybe you should assemble this bit before you attach the door. But anyway, so then you attach the door, and there you go, and the bomb will come in for a play feature that if you've seen the review of this, you already know about the feature, but if not, then I'll just show you what it's for at the end of the video. Next up is something I'm not actually going to show you a step-to-step process for, simply because it's really just a bunch of plates stacked up. Yeah, so basically here you can see the top layer, so you're going to need to take, and you want to flip these upside down so that you can put the bottom layer on, but anyway, you're going to need a 6x6, a 4x8, and then since there isn't another 6x6, you're just going to need to take a 2x6, a 2x4, and a 4x4. Flip that over, and then underneath you'll just need to put on... Here you're going to need the some 1x6s, 1x6s, 1x1 and a 1x4, and then a 1x4 in the middle, and 2 of these. And then under here you're just going to need to attach on this one rounded piece just to add a bit of stability. And then under here you're just going to need to take a grate piece as well as a jumper. Set that up to the side, and that is the base of the bunker. So now let's move on to the first layer of brick. Since the majority of the bunker really is just layers on top of layers, I'm not really going to go into each specific step of how to put it together, but you can just see here from the top down here, you have 2 slopes, then a 1x3, a 1x3, and a 1x3, same on the other side. Okay, next layer. Okay, next layer, there is a 1x2, then a modified 1x4 with studs, and then a spring-loaded shooter brick. And then there is a little bit of a build on each of these. So here we'll take a jumper and a minifigure head representing a bag of fluids, because this section over here is the infirmary. Then we'll just take a, just didn't really want to go in there. Can be a bit of a tight fit if you're building it with the brick already in, but then a trans yellow 1x2 and a gray piece, and that just sort of represents a screen. And then on the other side, you're going to want to take an orange stud and a printed thermal detonator. And just, you're going to want to make 2 of those. And just attach them onto here. I mean, let it be noted that using the extra pieces in the set, you could actually make a 3rd thermal detonator to stick on there, but since my models only use parts included in the base set and don't utilize any extra pieces, that doesn't fly with me. But again, you could just attach on a 3rd detonator there, since the set will nearly always come with the extra pieces to make one. Anyway, now let's move on to the next layer. Next up, we have a plate layer. On each side, it's a 1x3 plate, a 1x4 plate, and a corner plate. Next up, okay, so on this layer, there's a different build on each side. So starting over here, you have a modified 1x1 with a clip, a 1x4 brick, a corner brick, and a 1x2 brick. Over on this side, however, you still keep the modified 1x1, the 1x4, and the 1x2, but then instead of using a corner brick, you're going to use a 1x2 brick and a stack of 3 1x1 plates, because you're going to need corner bricks later on in the build, and I needed to cut one out here. But anyway, next layer. Okay, so next up, you're going to take a corner brick on each side, a 2x4, and then over here we're going to use a 2x2 brick, but over here there wasn't one, so you're going to instead use a 2x2 plate, as well as 2 1x2s and 2 1x2s stacked to basically create the same shape as a brick. And then you're just going to need to make 2 of these structures of this piece and a 1x1, and attach them here and here. Okay, next up on this side we have a Technic with a 1x2 and this piece in here, then a 1x2 brick and a 1x1 with a stud, just to take up space. Then over here we have the same thing, except the 1x2 and 1x1 are replaced with a 1x3. And before we continue, we're going to take this out and then attach in this brown axle, which I believe is it's 5 studs long. And then here we're going to attach in a bushing, take the observation platform from earlier, attach that on here, and then just put another bushing in here to lock it in, and we can put that back up here. So now we have our observation platform. Next up, you're going to attach one of these pieces onto each side. And then, Over here, we'll put on a 1x4, then a 2x3 underneath here, and then another 1x4. Over here, we have a 1x4, a modified 1x2 with a groove, a 1x3, and then a 1x4. Then on each side in here, we'll put on one of these pieces, sort of create the archway inside of the bunker. Okay, so then you take this 2x8 plate, these two 1x3 tiles, 2x3 plate, 2x3 plate, 1x3 plate, 4x4 disc, and this 2x2 with a technical. Okay. So then you attach in the two spring-loaded shooter bolts into the two receiver pieces. You stick your pipe out here. You take the turret and you put it in here. The door will attach up here, right here, there it is. Then the bomb rests inside of the satellite. The trap basically being that if an enemy tries to get into the door, it would drop the bomb down on them, because when you just lift this up, it'll knock the satellite back and therefore knock out the bomb. Turning this around, on the 2x2 jumper, you'll attach the cot in the hospital area. Then over here, you'll attach the computer section. The clips are so that you can attach Rose and Finn's blasters. Just as such, if I can just get it in. There we go. So, yeah, that's really all I have to show for this video. Just throw our figures in there. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see all of you in the next video. Farewell.